There may be a catch for individuals who typically don't file a tax return but are expecting to receive a stimulus check.
They may have to send a return to the government in order to get paid.
New guidance was released on Monday by the IRS, which said there would be no action required for most people.
For some, though, that's not true.
People who typically do not file a tax return will need to file a simple tax return to receive an economic impact payment, the IRS stated. Low-income taxpayers, senior citizens, Social Security recipients, some veterans and individuals with disabilities who are otherwise not required to file a tax return will not owe tax.
That new information drew strong pushback from certain members of Congress and advocacy organizations, who argue that those individuals should not have to file just to get their money.
More from Personal Finance. Unemployment benefits stalled by confusion, delays answers to your questions about the coronavirus stimulus checks, which bills to pay during the coronavirus pandemic.
On Wednesday, Sens. Maggie Hassan, DNH, and Sherrod Brown, D. Ohio, led a group of 41 senators to send a letter to Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and Social Security Commissioner Andrew Saul complaining that the move would add an unnecessary burden to disadvantaged individuals.
We strongly urge you to ensure that economic stimulus payments are automatically sent to vulnerable seniors and individuals who experience disabilities, without these individuals needing to file a tax return, the senators wrote.
Representative Richard Neal, D. Mass., chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, also criticized the move on Tuesday and said filing new returns should not be required.
Crucial filing resources, like Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, VITA, and tax counseling for the elderly, TCE, are not available to provide assistance due to the COVID-19 crisis, Neal said.
A couple of Republican lawmakers, Senator Josh Hawley, R-Mo, and Representative Elise Stefanik, RNY, also called for a reversal of the requirement on Twitter.
Those who have been following the $2 trillion stimulus bill that was passed last week in response to the coronavirus impact on the economy called the IRS guidance perplexing.
The legislation specifically calls for the use of Social Security 1099 forms for those who receive benefits, but do not file tax returns, said Chuck Marr, Director of Federal Tax Policy at the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, a progressive think tank.
And for those who do not receive 1099 forms, such as individuals on Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, the government also has information on how to qualify those people. Plus, state programs like Medicaid or SNAP could also be accessed. By
keeping automatic distributions in place, fewer people would fall through the cracks, Marr said, as an estimated 3.5 million did during the financial crisis of 2008-2009, when the government last issued these kinds of payments.